Hi survivors, this is me representing reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. Now we see the antics continue once again. Everything is unfolding right before our very eyes. I told you guys that the same thing that's happening over there to those people was going to soon happen over here. I told y'all this was going to happen. What happened yesterday in New York City with that man going off in that subway station and just start shooting people, let off gas and just started shooting people as if we was in a war over here, and it's all a setup. Now check this out, right? We know a certain political party lately love to play the blame game, right? Oh, they love to play the blame game on something they initiated, something they implemented, and something they created. They blame somebody else for it. That's what they do. They put that blame on somebody else, and they put it out there in the press releases and in the papers and all sorts of media, when in fact it's them behind all of it, allegedly. Isn't it a coincidence that this situation occurred at a time, first of all, at a time when the mayor of that city was in quarantine because he had the illness? All of them in that political party catching the illness, but they supposed to so-called had that, right? But they telling everybody to go get that, but they all coming down with this illness. That's number one. Isn't it a coincidence that the governor DA was resigning the same day for corruption around the same time? He was resigning for the corruption in that city, and he's also in that Dems party. Isn't this a coincidence? Hold on, because I don't have much time, y'all. But I want y'all to see how they play games. It a coincidence that there was no video camera in the subway station? I'm not laughing because my hearts and prayers go out to all those victims. Y'all didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve that. To have somebody just come in there and play with your life like that. But I'm laughing not at that situation. I'm laughing how these people continue to lie and play games. And they know the masses can't see what they're doing. They got everybody so blinded to the corruption that they've been doing to us all the while. They think we're all dumb and stupid. But what they don't realize, a lot of us have a spirit of God in us, man. A lot of us just have common sense to know and to see and to feel what's really going on. And to be honest, I'm one of them people. Sometimes I hate it because it hurts my heart knowing the truth and seeing what these people are doing when these people are placed in positions to help the masses. And they're so powerful where they can do so much more greater and good than they can do bad. But they choose bad. They choose evil. Now, isn't this a coincidence at the time when y'all commander and thief just came out the day before, had a press release about guns and violence? It was another big coincidence that I had just wrote down because I wanted to make sure that I hit all the points. Isn't it a coincidence that the first police officer that showed up, his I forgot, I don't know if it's the walkie-talkies they have or whatever equipment that they use where they contact the main office for the for the law officers to be dispatched. That wasn't even working. They had to get a regular civilian to call 911. All this stuff is not a coincidence to y'all. It's a setup. And y'all better be prepared. They look at us as nothing but collateral damage to them. That's all we are. It's collateral damage to these people. They're going to continue to do what they're doing because this is already written and prophesied that these things were going to occur in the last days. But then the Bible also tells us, scriptures also tell us to get out the way of it. Get out of these cities. Get away from these heavily populated areas. Don't listen to these politicians. They are corrupt, allegedly. Now, I got an email the other day. Somebody told me that I need to be careful saying what I'm saying. They didn't want nothing to happen to me. I thank you for that email. I thank you for being concerned about me. I truly do. Because I've never had a lot of people in my life to be concerned about me. And it's not no sob story. I'm just saying. You know, I was a runaway. And but I think it's important. I don't think like it's my job to do it. But when I'm told to speak about certain things, I just have to speak about it. My kid had a dream one time, and it was all hell going around in the cities, everywhere, like what's going on right now. And it was coming towards us. And she said, Mom, all of a sudden it was just angels just coming in front of us, protecting us, all around us. She said she never felt nothing like that in her life, never seen nothing like that in life. She said the dream felt so real. And I'm going to tell a lot of you, even though all hell is breaking loose around us, you have strong angels protecting you. So guess what? I'm not worried about them coming after me for telling the truth. It doesn't bother me. I know I'm heavily protected and guided. Let's get back to this subject, y'all. So, also, somebody is deliberately trying to destroy New York City. Y'all, what's been going on in New York City in the subway stations? It's been going on for about since the beginning of this pandemic. But as time was increasing, it was getting worse. In the last 3 to 4 months, crime in New York City has been off the chain. In the subway stations, it's been crazy. With these leaders knowing this, why come they're not police officers in these subway stations? Why come all the cameras are not working in these subway stations? What happened in that subway station yesterday was deliberate, and it shouldn't have happened if it was a regular civilian, because of all the stuff that's been happening on the trains. They should have had more protection. Those video cameras, all video cameras in the train station should be working. Y'all have to see that this system don't care nothing about us, man. That's a trillion dollar business, the MTA, the subway system in New York. It's a 24/7 operation. It's one of the main forms of transportation for everybody in that city. I know in other cities outside of New York, the main form of transportation in the United States are cars. In New York City, it's the train. Most people in New York City don't even have cars. When I was there, when I'm in New York City, I don't even have a car. You really don't need no car. It doesn't make sense to have a car because there's no parking. There's always traffic. It's expensive to pay for, like, to put your car in one of those little parking spots. That's like $500, $600, $700, $800 a month. So most New Yorkers catch the train. Why come that city is not protecting New Yorkers? They don't care. If I was y'all, if you're in New York City, I'd get up out of New York City. Then there's no protection. Everybody's on their own right now. And then when you're in the city like that, y'all see how those people scrambling trying to get out of there? You underground. The subway, and that's another coincidence. The subway doors were closed, right? In the train, in the subway station. When you're in a train, they have it where you can go through different cars, train cars, right? So their doors will always be unlocked. Like if one of them is too crowded, or if an incident occurs on one train, you can escape and go to another train because you're already underground. There's no escaping and getting out of the subway, period. So nobody could escape and go to different cars. I didn't understand that. They said those doors were locked. Where the man actually, the train where he actually was doing the shooting and whatnot, they said that the doors were locked. Those people cannot get out. I was not there, so all this stuff was allegedly. But this is what I'm hearing from certain witnesses on the news. That was another coincidence. So then they said the same train just stopped. They said the reason why they stopped, and they didn't get those people to safety to get to the next stop because there was a red light. So you mean to tell me why there's a major crime happening, while someone's on the train shooting people, the train stop and don't get the passengers to the next train, and then the train car where they're in, the doors are locked and these people can't even get out of there? Sound like a setup to me. Probably all to cover up their corruption. And have a war on regular civilians having guns. They don't want us to have guns, but what they want to keep on doing what they're doing. But they don't want us to be able to protect ourselves from all this madness that they created. It's not a coincidence, y'all, that they had a catch and release at this time. All these criminals that were in jail and go to jail and go and get locked up behind the crimes they commit, they are soon released the day after. They set all this up to be this way. So the masses will eventually die. Allegedly. I've been telling y'all this for a long time now. Now you're seeing it play out in front of your very eyes. I said that they specialize in the blame game. At the time, the mayor was quarantined. The governor, DA, was resigning for corruption. At the time in New York City that this happened yesterday, there was no video cameras working at the station. Crime in the subway has been ongoing for the last couple of years, and it has been increasing for the last couple of months. The first police that showed up didn't have his stuff working. Somebody else had to call 911, a regular civilian, a regular person. The prez, the leader of this country had just done a press release the day before in regards to these guns and ghost guns. They're deliberately destroying New York. They're deliberately destroying America. Get out of big cities and get out of these democratic cities and states as soon as you can. I'm telling y'all, it's going to get worse. I hate to say that, but that's just what it is. Who would have thought that something like that, all these people, and then they said this was mainly an Asian and Spanish community, and so they did that and targeted that community so they could further blame that on that type of crime, because those types of crimes have been unfolding in New York City for some time now since the pandemic. People have been targeting those communities. It's a setup. If they will catch this person, or if it's the person they saying that it really is, we will never, ever know. Y'all stay prepared. Stay prayerful. I hope and pray that some of you are fasting with me. And during your fasting, you are praying for the world. You know, of course, you pray for yourselves and you pray for your families. But you pray for the condition of the world. And we continue to prep the way we prep. Y'all, if you're in these big cities, you got to have a plan to get out these big cities, you know. I was in New York City. I was in New York City working and also doing some other things out there. I used to live in that city for a very, very long time. So I have business dwellings in that city. I pray for the people in New York like I'm praying for people all over this world, in our country. There's a lot of bad things happening because a lot of this stuff is ushered through these politicians that's going on, allegedly. You guys be careful. Protect your family. Protect your children at all costs. This is really unfortunate. My hearts and prayers go out to all the victims once again. And I pray that justice be served, not just with this certain person who allegedly committed this crime, but also allegedly with these leaders that's implementing and causing all this stuff to happen to us, as if we just pigs, as if we're not even human. This is why I say they are committing war crimes over here, while they pointing fingers at somebody else over there. That was a war crime yesterday. Major, against humanity. You guys, watch this world. Watch the weather. Smell your water. Boil your water before you use it. Please follow me on all of my other platforms. If you're looking for survivalism gear, please check out the stuff that I have on my website. You don't have to get these things from me. Please get them. Y'all see what's going on. You see what's going on. Don't leave your house without it when you do get it. You know, stay protected. Because in a minute now, y'all, it's going to go down. Please follow me on my other platforms. The links will be in the description. And keep surviving.